Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us this morning. Got a special guest here. Got some exciting things coming up we're going to be talking about. But first, let's do our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 77. High today about 63, but folks, it's getting down to 39 tonight. Going to cool off again. Well, I see all these azaleas blooming, camellias, so I don't think it's going to hurt them too bad because it's not that cold, but it's really, we're right on the verge of spring. We'll be talking about that next couple of days. Water temperature 61.7, so we're looking drop down about 2 degrees right there. Look at our river readings. Look on the screen there at Appalachicola at Bluntstown, 22.2 this morning, and at Choctawhatchee at Carabelle, 11.3. Both rivers continue to be really high, way out of the banks and way on up there in the woods. So be careful. We had Bobby Smith on here yesterday talking about when that water gets high, all the debris that's in the water. It's sort of scary if you're going fast. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're in neap tides today, not much tidal movement, but our marine forecast, the wind's going to be coming northwest at about 12 and then swing around to the northwest by about 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. So it's going to be pretty strong at 12 miles an hour. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with our special guest. All right, coming up now, the Emerald Coast Boat Show, and our guest this morning, Jim, we're so glad to have you.
Thank you, Winston. Thank you so much.
Been on before. Last time he was on with Rick Corley.
That's right. That's been a while ago.
Yeah, you talked about boats.
Well, that's the story of my life is boats, you know. And
well, tell us about your life. Tell us about.
Well, you know, as we were talking off air, there, I was born and raised in Indiana. I lived there for 45 years and grew up fishing in the creeks and streams and so forth. Did a little what we call deep sea fishing out of Lake Michigan for coho and king salmon, and kind of got a taste of what it's like to fish in big open water. But my dad taught me at a young age how to catch bass. Didn't catch 50,000 bass, but I've caught a few, and my first one was on a cane pole when I was just a youngin', and kind of got hooked on it. And my son, he's in his early 30s. He lives in Indiana, and he is a true outdoorsman. He loves to fish. He wanted to do a lot of ice fishing this year, but the weather just wasn't conducive up there for ice fishing, so he's getting ready for crappie and bass fishing this year.
And you still have a sister live up there?
My sister lives just north of Lafayette, little town called Wingate, and her husband do a lot of outdoor activities, and he's a big fisherman himself.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be watching you on YouTube.
Yeah. They like to come down here and go snapper fishing and fish for what we certainly like to fish for here.
That's awesome. So you ended up coming down here, and is it a bit warmer?
A little bit warmer, no snow. You know, they're calling for a little cool weather for the boat show, but a high of, I think, 61.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Be perfect weather.
No rain. Yeah. And we get this rain out of the way today, and tomorrow we'll be in good shape, and we can deal with some cooler weather as long as we have sunny skies. We've got a lot of boats on display out there, a lot of dealers. One of the things that folks can do is go to the website, which is emeraldcoastboatshow.com. Okay. It'll show all the vendors that are going to be there, every boat dealer. You can print it off. You can look at a map. All the local guys will be there. Your friend Bubba Hart and the guys from Gulf Marine and all the big ones here in town, plus a lot of guys from out of town too. So you're going to see some nice mid-sized, smaller center consoles up to the giant Invincibles, the 40-foot, 45-foot. You know, that's what we specialize at Pirates Cove and the Mega Barn is those big boats. You know, so and there's a lot. There's a lot for everybody. There's more than just boats. There's it's called Lifestyle Show. Also, it's everything from stand-up paddle boards to beach bikes to outdoor cooking equipment, fishing seminars. The guys from Half Hitch Tackle and Florida Outdoor or Florida Sports, they do some there's a fishing seminar every hour. So,
that's awesome.
And there's on the program, it'll tell you what they specialize in, what that specific seminar is about. So it's just a matter of getting the people out there and having fun. This is a kickoff to the summer. And even if you're not really in the market for a boat, it gives you some ideas. If it's 2 or 3 years down the road, and as you know, we're in the process of building a brand new barn that Hurricane Michael kind of helped us out with. And we should be online by this fall. And so if you're thinking about it, by the time we get our barn done, we can put that brand new boat in our barn. So
we're going to show a picture when we come back up at the barn construction. But getting back to the show, that's why it's not just a boat show. It's just all kinds of seminars and different lifestyles and all. I'm sure there'll be clothing and all that for the ladies, and it's all kinds of accessories you put on the boat.
Oh, absolutely. Anything you can think of. And like you said, it's not just for the guys. It's a family event. There'll be food there. There'll be, soft drinks, adult beverages, whatever. Just all in all, a good time. Aaron Bessett Park is beautiful.
It is.
They've done a good job of maintaining that property, and it's just a good day to get outdoors. And that's just part of it, is just being outside.
Well, that's the thing about it. Here's when I go to something like that, the advantage of it is, of course, seeing the stuff out there, but then you're walking around, you get exercise, and then you run into people like us, and we're going to sit and talk about fishing for an hour if my wife don't pull me away. I love going to these things, then the clinics and all, get their ideas, these fishermen and all, and say, oh, they're making that for the boat now. It's just, I love these things. So it's going to be at Aaron Bessett Park, right there at Pier Park.
That's right.
And free parking.
Free parking, and it starts this Friday. We start at 10 a.m., and it goes to sunset, and that's the red carpet day. And then Saturday, again, starts at 10 a.m., and that's Ladies' Day. And then on Sunday, the final day.
Let's do it on Friday. Friday's going to be
the red carpet premiere.
Okay.
And Saturday is Ladies' Day. Okay. And there's probably some giveaways for the young ladies that come out to the show. And then Sunday is Military Appreciation Day, and that day is 10 to 5. But you can see we close Friday and Saturday at sunset.
Yes.
We didn't want to give a specific time because if you want to come out after work, or if you're really wanting to look at boats, we want you to stay as long as you feel comfortable. And the boat dealers will be there until the last person leaves.
Yeah, it's just fascinating. We're going to talk about some new styles coming up. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Jim. Okay, welcome back to talking about the Emerald Coast Boating and Lifestyle Show here with Jim and all. He's got a great background in it. They work really hard putting this together for us. Before we get back to boats now, I've been promising people we're going to show some deer pictures. I know you say your folks up there in Indiana hunt a lot.
My son is a big deer hunter, and the deer up there are quite a bit larger, but I think they're a little smarter. I don't know.
Yeah.
They got a lot of corn to eat up there, though.
That's how to get big. They got Okay, I'm just going to show. I'm going to show all of them tomorrow. I'll finish up on the deer picture. We're wrapping up deer season, but we've had some great stories. It's a great end of the season weekend. I'm going to start with this picture right here. This is Crystal Carpenter Bullock. And now look, this girl, she's a teacher at Bay High School. She went to Mosley and taught at Mosley, and I just love her because she's just a good mom, got 2 kids. Her husband's actually principal at Mosley, and we're looking, here's another picture of her. She did good, didn't she? And so all you kids go to Bay High, you tell her you saw her picture on Panhandle Outdoors taking care of them little wild hogs out there, hunting with her dad. So good job there. Real quick, we're going to talk about trout season opening up. We'll talk about that later. It's going to open up this weekend. I'm going to read one story. Hey, Winston, I'm a loyal viewer of Panhandle Outdoors. After moving here to the Panhandle 7 years ago, I started watching your show. I've learned so much about the fishing and hunting in the Panhandle from you, and also a good friend I now hunt with. This year, I caught a great picture of this big buck on my trail cam. About 2 weeks later, he walked out in front of my tree stand. Now I have the 9th largest buck registered in Gulf County and am recognized in the Florida Buck Registry. To tell you how blessed I was to harvest this deer, it's the only buck that I've seen while hunting.
Wow.
That's something. Thanks for sharing my picture, reviewing audience. Stan Bright. Congratulations, Stan. That is a great story. I love the stories with these pictures. And then he got a certificate from the Fish and Wildlife Commission, Florida Buck Registry, and right there on January 22nd, 2020. Congratulations, Stan Bright. And we've got more pictures. I'm going to just show some more. I'll show Jose one more time with a big old wild hog, big old boar hog, Jose Ponce. Good job. Now, let's get back to the boat show. One of the things, you're talking about a barn, and I know we all took a beating from the barn out there.
Yeah,
and,
we sure did.
For the viewers that are watching on YouTube out of town, tell the location of where y'all are.
We're on Thomas Drive, 3901 Thomas Drive. We're just down the road from Captain Anderson's restaurant, just across the Lagoon Bridge, and that's where Pirates Cove is. Lighthouse Marina, I manage that one also, and it's across. It's right next to the Grand Marlin, which used to be the Boatyard restaurant years ago, and that has a long history. The company that I work for, Brian DeCernia, owned that marina, and the North Lagoon Partners bought that from him, and that's how they got in the marina business, and it just kind of evolved from there. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then the Pageants owned Pirates Cove Marina, and that one became up for sale, and they went ahead and they said, hey, let's get serious about being in this marina business, and that's kind of where I came along in 2006. And not knowing a whole lot about the marina business, been boating and fishing all my life, but primarily I grew up and started when I was in high school working for a Chevrolet dealership in Indiana, and always in parts and service, always in the nuts and bolts of it, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sell you anything. I'm not a good, I wouldn't make a good car salesman, but I can, and that's kind of what we do at the marina. It's just when people bring their boats to us, nobody has to have a boat, and they just want to get out and enjoy themselves, get away from the world, get away from their business, and that's what we try to provide as a concierge service. And it kind of goes along with the boat show. We're real good at running marinas. Work for Scott Burt with Coastal Marina Management and Chris Miller, and they formed a spin-off company called Wheels Up. And what they do is special events like boat shows, fishing tournaments. They're the ones that did the Bay Point Invitational years ago, and they do a couple tournaments over in the Orange Beach area, and they've been they run marinas all up and down the Gulf Coast, Virgin Islands, all the way to Corpus Christi to down to Tampa. And,
wow, great! So great experience in that. Now, Hurricane Michael is behind us, so we're looking to the future. Tell us, we got a picture here you sent me.
Yeah, that's a picture of our new legacy barn. That takes the place of the original barn that was at Pirates Cove Marina, and the original barn was built in the late '80s, and it didn't survive Michael. And we've all seen those pictures, but this is the picture that I took 2 days ago, Winston, and it shows what we're doing is building on the same footprint as the original barn. It's one level higher, and we're going to specialize in a couple different things that we really hadn't dwelled on before, and those are one thing is those high performance pontoon boats. So versatile, affordable, family friendly. You can fish. Yeah. You can go to the island. You can go to, any of the restaurants in Panama City and enjoy the day. And they started putting 300 horse outboards on those.
We were talking about that before the show, and I started thinking about the evolution of the pontoon boat. You could almost do. I want to see if I can get a series of pictures. Because remember those early ones? Oh,
they were ugly, ugly. It was
big old. It was the pontoons, actually, the metal pontoons.
Yeah,
and it started from there.
Yeah, they were actually made out of metal. They weren't aluminum, and all the problems that go along with that. But they sure have evolved over the last few years, and these boat manufacturers have recognized that. The same way with the giant center consoles. We've gotten away from the big sport fish and the cruisers, and because these center consoles can do the same exact thing a lot quicker, a lot more reliable, a lot less maintenance, and you can go to, if you want to go to the rigs in Louisiana and come back, you can virtually do it in the same day.
Isn't that amazing?
If that's what you want to do,
You just sort of hold on. You get the bean bags and just hold on.
Yeah, and with the sea keepers that they're putting in them, and that that stabilizes the boat. It's taken all the fight out of these boats, and
wow.
And and that's kind of what we specialize in, is trying to take the fight out of going to the launch ramp, doing all that stuff. We provide concierge service. We don't sell a boat. We don't do anything other than store boats, provide safe coverage, and make sure that the the folks have fun.
And that's the thing about it. Time is so important. We only got so much time to enjoy the weekend or whatever. And when they all get the boat out there and we ain't got to worry about it. I know when I first saw them, I said, I'm going to put my own boat in. Now, if I had a big old boat, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Well, you don't want to go to the ramp and fight a 35, 40-foot boat at the ramp, So, and plus you're going to need a big old truck to do that too,
Yeah, and then tow it.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for our final segment, okay? Welcome back, folks. We always appreciate you watching the show. We always try to bring something exciting to you every morning, and this is exciting. The boat show coming up here at Pier Park. But before we get back to it, let's look at a fishing game time today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers down in Port St. Joe. Today's time, we're looking at 1:52 to 3:52 this morning and 2:13 to 4:13 this evening before the boat show. So this is going to start. Let's go over the details one more time before we get back into other stuff. It's going to tell us about it.
Yeah, it's going to start on Friday at 10 a.m. and that's red carpet day, red carpet premiere. And then Saturday again, it goes to sunset on Friday. Mm-hmm. And same way on Saturday, 10 a.m. to sunset. That's Ladies' Day. And then Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The show will close at 5 p.m. on Sunday, and that's Military Appreciation Day. And any active or retired military, they do get a discount every day to get in with a valid ID. So we appreciate our military, and there's a lot of good things out there besides boats. There's always been a boat show in Panama City, but the guys with Coastal Marine Management and Wheels Up, they've really went out, and they've gotten what we call partners in the business, whether it's Legendary Marine Max, Bubba Hart, any of those guys that you recognize. But it's more than just boats out there. There's kayaking, paddleboards, stand-up paddleboards, boating supplies like we talked about, electric golf carts, there's outdoor furniture, motorcycles. There's Porsches.
Oh my goodness!
The guy from Destin brings or Marine. They're a marina, or they're a marine dealer. Plus they sell Porsches. So you can go out there and buy you a sports car while you're there, and just there's some artwork and just all kinds of boating life.
Artwork too.
Yeah,
so can you see it now? You're going to buy a Porsche, a golf cart, and a big $100,000 boat. You can do that all in one weekend. So I know some of y'all going to do that.
And there's some monster center consoles out there, and
that's what's been fascinating. The evolution of two things: the evolution of the pontoon boat and those big center consoles. Yeah. Tell us about those big center consoles.
If you got a checkbook like yours, Winston, we can go out there and spend $1 million and we can get you a new Invincible or a new Fountain or Grady White or Everglades, one of those type of boats.
So all those are going to be out there.
And Viking has been primarily a sport fishing company since inception. They have a new center console called a Valhalla, and it'll be on display out there. I believe it's a 32-foot. It's just a beautiful boat, step hull boat. It's just gorgeous.
I'll be honest with you. Now, when I go, I'm like a little boy in a candy store. I mean, I love looking at those boats. I think about the engineering and I think about the great times that people are going to have in that boat, and just the horsepower.
Yes.
What horsepower are they putting?
Oh, up to 450 per engine, and they'll put 4 of them on there, some of them or more. I just like to look at that. I said, how do they engineer that? Yeah, and the game changed, and you know this as well as all the viewers, when the outboards became 4-stroke. That was a game changer.
That's right.
That was a game changer, and then it was just these engineers are just so smart, and like we talked earlier, the technology, not just in the automobiles, but boating, anything, whether it's anything electronic, and they've got joysticks and the sea keepers, like I mentioned earlier, and the sky hook where you can stay on a spot, and no more running the throttle. The captain can fish as well as everybody on the boat.
I've just got to come over there and try to just video some of that later on. And again, real quick on those deck boats, they had the evolution of those. We call them pontoon deck boats. The whole family, and I saw it coming a couple years ago. The whole family gets to use it.
Yeah, and you can fish. You can go to dinner. You can just go for a lazy day boat ride.
Or go watch the sunset. I see a lot of my friends now, I get pictures in afternoon sunset. They're on their little deck boat, little pontoon boat, and got bathrooms on it.
Yep, they do, and they, rod holders, live wells. They've got sinks, barbecue grills, anything you want.
And what the difference is, they walk around on that. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's easy to maneuver, and it's safe and stable in the water.
It's stable.
Yeah.
And I'm just the future of those are just. I saw that coming. I thought back of my head. They're going to be popular, sure enough.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna key on some of that. We're offering some special deals and at the boat show, and we're carving out a spot in the new Legacy Barn just for pontoons. So.
Okay, and I had a friend of mine, Mike Williams, used to coach when he's originally from Alabama, and he bought one 3 or 4 years ago. I thought to myself, and then he has friends coming out from Alabama, and they don't want to get seasick and all that, and that's what he bought it for.
Yeah.
And they have a ball on it.
Yeah.
So,
they're a lot of fun, and again, they've come a long way. And it's, I mean, you can, the sky's the limit on what you want to spend on one of those,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So we're going to start wrapping things up. It's going to be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we're all kind of cool things out there. I just want to encourage you to go. You don't have to buy that $1 million fountain.
No.
But if you have a checkbook, like he does, you will. Hey, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Winston. It's my pleasure.
We appreciate it, and y'all support this. This is a worthwhile cause, and all as far as just getting knowledge of these kind of things and seeing them and all.
It's a lot of fun.
And good luck on finishing up on that big barn.
Yeah, we're going to get her.
When y'all going?
Hopefully this fall.
This fall?
This fall.
Okay.
So it's going quick. We'll have metal on the outside in April, and just do the inside work, and we'll be putting boats in there before you know it.
I'm going to come out and see y'all and see some of that construction. But y'all were smart. Y'all built where the original was.
Yeah, we're on the original footprint. That's correct.
Thank y'all for watching the show. We appreciate the viewership. Appreciate good folks like this in our community. You do something good today for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.